lift, which is on the dash somewhere, I think. Somewhere. It stops you accidentally selecting reverse gear. Oh. No, I don't think that's it. Anyway, we never did manage to fit it. We've only hit reverse a few times since then. In the, what, 3,500 kilometres we've driven in that week. No wonder we feel a bit knackered, to be honest. Probably haven't really recorded enough quaint little French villages. So I have this one. Oh look, and a Mazda 323. I would quite like one of those. That's definitely pretty French.
That's quite handy.
Well, there we go. That is the terminal. We have at least made it this far. Getting on is going to be interesting because there'll be a queue before we get there, and getting off will be even more interesting, I suspect. But that's probably our boat over there. They don't call them boats if they're that big, do they? So we've made it to the ferry port, but we're having to leave the engine running for the moment because we're worried she won't restart if we turn the engine off. So kind of hoping for, it's quite breezy, that's helping cool her down, I think. We've got the bonnet in the popped position to allow some heat to escape, and that is working. But whether she'll start when we want to get off the boat remains to be seen. It's going to be fun. Oh, we're loading, here we go. Well, this is a first for me on a sea crossing. It's an open deck, so we'll have to hope for a smooth crossing, or our Dacia will get covered in salt and then we'll be in trouble. Well, here we are, arriving in Portsmouth. We've got the French flag flying, we've got lovely sunset brewing, we've got military things that I probably shouldn't be showing you because they're probably secret. But if you've got secret things, maybe don't park them next to a ferry port. Yeah, we've got car alarms going off. That one's been going off pretty much the entire journey. That car does not like boats. But we are waiting to get out the port where we should meet members of the Autoshite Forum. Incidentally, that's a BX that both of us have owned. Note the green LHM puddle underneath it. We like accuracy in our diagrams. Right, are they going to let us down yet? Oh no, we're spinning about. Like so. There we go, spinning on the spot with the Mighty Dacia. We're trying not to think about the salty water that's blown all over these cars during this trip. Sure, it'll be fine. But I mean, we did it, that's the thing. We drove that car all the way from Romania to England. We don't know why, really. When you think about it, it was a stupid thing to do. But fun. Fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great choice of car.
It was actually. It's been a pleasure to drive it over these miles. But maybe we should do this piece when it's less windy. Right, we are back at the car. It is a bit covered in salt. There's not a lot we can do about that, but we have we've made beam adjusters, which will block out pretty much all the light those feeble headlamps produce, but will stop us blinding people. Ugh. So now, all we need to do is nervously wait until we can go. I don't want to start my engine just yet. So on the ferry is the perfect time to discover that your front tyre is yeah, that's not a great amount of air. Also, these side walls, despite the lack of air, surprisingly hard. So I'm glad that hasn't blown up at any point. But I think we might need to sort that before the final drive home. So I think that's got to be a priority when we get off the ferry, really. Oops. Right, excuse the ferry tag. That's probably not necessary anymore. We're on the boat. Yeah, now it's the moment of truth. The ramp is going down, so they're going to start moving cars, and I normally wouldn't start the engine until you're good to go. That's the way it usually works on these things, but I'm anticipating trouble. So Mighty Dacia, will you behave? That's amazing.
Have we cured it?
Maybe we have.
Maybe it just needed a good run.
Yeah, a good. Ah.
See? Cure all running issues.
Yeah.
Good run.
There we go then. We're driving off a boat. Then the exciting ramp.
Can leave a good gap in front down there.
Messy. I'm going to go the same lane as the D, because why wouldn't you?
When's the last time? That.
I finally managed to find a petrol station, which was a challenge in itself. Yep. Ooh, yeah. 11 is not enough.
No, not really.
Yeah, that's quite warm. I'm glad I took that slowly. Well, look at that. We got us a welcoming committee. Post-commie friends.
Yeah. Well, I thought I had to really with this, didn't I?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. This is Yoss, who probably has a proper name.
No, it's John. This is Simon.
Oh, right, okay. Brilliant.
John.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I wanted to bring back a favourite. It's a shame we didn't, perhaps, but the Mighty Dacia did the job. And now we're going to park it up and go to the pub. So after our lovely Skoda welcome, I completely ballsed things up by managing to book this hotel, but in a month's time. Because I was rushing the booking, because I was trying to do it in France before we lost signal, because the ferry had started moving. So there was a time delay, and I managed to get it all horribly wrong. But we've managed to sort all that out, and here we are. Rich has gone to get some very well-deserved beers, and I don't drink, so I'm going to have orange juice. Hardcore! Well, so the last day we're in a glamorous Premier Inn car park in Winchester, and she won't start again this morning, so we're replacing the plugs because they are awful. We've got some brand new ones to go in. Gap looks about right. I'm not going to open it up too much on that wing joint, because that looks a bit too generous to me with the paint on it. So doing the usual battle with the fact that the second plug is barely accessible because of the distributor, so you've got to try and get it out without knocking the timing out. It's all good fun. So yeah, how's that for a comparison? Yeah, I think those plugs have they've seen enough of the world, I'm going to say. Right, let's continue. Right, fresh plugs injected. Is that the key? Apparently not that then. show. She's a bit grumpy this morning, isn't she? Still, she's running, that'll do. Oh. Yeah, mucky car. Right, let's go before she changes her mind.
She's a lot happier when they're in the tyres.
Yeah, we've still got that awful column squeak though. We think the top bush has expanded and dried out and is now very squeaky, even in a straight line. Sounds like we've got a little hamster in there. Still, we've got great oil pressure at this time in the morning. Fully worked out why the oil pressure drops away during the day. Oh well. But we are in the UK with all of its traffic. So we've just stopped to check the tyre pressures again, and the problem is we want 32 and we've actually got 26, so we've clearly still got a puncture in this tyre. Try and check it. I can't see anything in the tread. Could be sitting on a puncture for all I know, or it could be a leaky valve. We won't really know. But for the first time on this trip we've had to put the heater on, which we can only do under the bonnet because the controls don't work. And yeah, it works. It's definitely warm. Does that make any more warm? Seems to move air about somewhere, we're not sure where exactly. Still, it's nice to know the heater works. We're going to probably use that extra capacity when we're getting a bit hot on mountain climbs, but never mind. We survived, the car survived, all is well. Right, we reckon we've got the starting issues sorted now, so let's see. Certainly sounds better, doesn't it? Right, there's only me now, and I'm right next to my old Land Rover, which you can see in a video. It's one of my more popular videos. I think the second most popular one, my old Discovery. That's because we're at Rich's house and Rich owns my old Discovery. And yeah, there we go. You're back in, and it's time to go to Wales. Well, now we truly are home, back in the Ellen Valley. Lost Dutch tourists. So there we go, that's 4,000 kilometres near enough in 9 days to drive this 28-year-old Dacia from Romania to Wales. It's been some adventure, and I'm loving this car more and more for this superb suspension, which I shall demonstrate over this crest. Yep, I think we got slightly airborne there. I barely felt a thing. What a car! I think it has to be said, we have been beyond lucky with this car. We've had to do some very minor fettling here and there just to keep it going. We should have changed the spark plugs in Bosnia when we knew they were a problem, rather than waiting until the south of England, about 3,000 kilometres later. But yeah, it's been a marvellous experience. I've really enjoyed having you along for the ride, those of you who left comments on our journey back. And yeah, I'm not going to do my traditional ending. I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching. Do remember to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you in another video. Now let's just enjoy Wales.